Fortunately, I don't know if I'll have access to the chat because last time that I did it, it was visible. Oh, wait. It's cropped. I have to. Let's do it this way. Is it okay? It's almost okay. Alright, so it's not the 1830 yet, but let me check for the last time if it's working or not. Yeah, I think it should be fine. I can see the chat. It's alright. Everything is working. Okay, so I'll do it here and do it here. And let's see if it's okay. I think it is. Alright. Okay, so it's 6:30, so I think we should start. I think we'll just start with hello to everyone who is here or will be here after it's ended and it's recorded. Yeah, so I am Victor. This is Fuji. Fuji is from Hungary, if I'm correct, and you're living in Germany.
Yes, exactly. That's correct.
Yeah, and we are doing the second coaching session, intermediate level, with a puzzle that is not the puzzle that was supposed to be here. You chose a different puzzle, but I asked politely if we can change it because I realized that it's not half a year before, not half a year past after the worlds, and I wanted to keep those puzzles from worlds for at least half a year before I try it again. So I'm very thankful that you agreed to changing it to this one, especially this one, since it's not like that enjoyable to many people.
It was not enjoyable to me either. It was actually my qualification round puzzle. I did this one at World, so yes, it's not a pleasant memory. I didn't like it.
So what did you? Was there anything in this puzzle that you enjoyed?
The water was pretty quick. That went quite nice. And I think that once I was around the end, the buildings actually turned out to be not as bad as I thought they would be. Like, you can tell the difference between most of them quite well, which I like. The sky is horrible. That's just the plain horrible part. And then the black part is actually also pretty okay. Because like it's very clearly black, and it's like very different from the rest of the entire puzzle, so it was pretty good to sort out as well. I remember that the one thing that I was kind of expecting to be easy and it wasn't is the poles of the ships. Like I was kind of thinking that those are going to be pretty good lines to go along with, and they weren't. So I had to abandon that idea quite quickly. I can't exactly remember what my time was at Worlds, but something, either 57 or 55 or 59, so something in the 50-ish range.
Oh, I think with this puzzle you qualified quite easily, right?
Yes. I was place 20 with a 50-something time.
Yeah, that's amazing, especially with this monstrosity.
Yes. I was super happy with that placement. Like, it was nothing more than what it was something that I, like, kind of hoped for that it would go well.
Yeah, you mentioned the sky in this puzzle, and actually, I was thinking before sitting here that we should talk about the sky because the sky in this puzzle is not that bad if you know how to tackle it properly. The other thing is that I agree that the black section is quite easy to first pull out, and then to it depends like what is your strength as a speed puzzler. We can have two ways, but I think your way is kind of my way because you're good with details. So I would say that when we have those dark sections, it is easy for at least me, I guess as well for you, to look at the piece that is both black and has a piece of sky on it, to say which antenna it is, which rooftop it is. So it also is like opening the sky for us, right?
Yes, exactly.
So and then again, I agree with water being easy. Although it could have been easier, there is this section like above the boat that is confusing. But it's kind of a gradient, right? It's not like a color gradient in the water, but it's like a textural gradient, right? On the left, we have most white with some blurry blue. Then we have more of like a ripples, and it's becoming more brown. And at the right is like brown, and then some gray because of the refraction. So we can try to follow the gradient. Actually, this gradient is kind of on the obvious side, right? We mentioned the not obvious gradients yesterday at EJJ's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the next thing is that I agree about the poles, or we can call it the masts as well, that they look like they could help us, but it's difficult to find them. But then again, if we already found them by accident, for example, we are looking for pieces from the orange building or the yellow building, we kind of see that some of them can have those black masts on them, so we actually know where to place them, like at least in approximation. So that is good to have. So when I was doing this puzzle for the first time, I didn't notice those masts.
Ah, really?
So the fact that you noticed them is like already insane.
Yeah. Well, basically, just looking at the image, they do stand out. But I think as soon as like you have the pieces like spread out in front of you, they're not really that visible. But I do look a lot at the picture. Like recently we had there was the German championship, and we had like a quick dream practice with the other people from my team. And it was a stupid setup in like our hotel, and I couldn't look at the picture. And then that's when I realized how much I missed looking at the picture. So like I do look a lot at it. Yeah.
I also recently did a puzzle without a picture, like because it didn't even have a box, and it was super busy. It was on the side of like the Jumbo from the Netherlands, so it was a pain.
Those are great puzzles, but they must be a pain without a picture.
Yeah, I need to answer the question from the chat. I wish I could flip my screen, but the thing is that if I am logged into the Google meeting, Fruji can see me in the right direction. So like the puzzle is in the right orientation, right?
Yes.
But for me, the picture is flipped, and
Oh no.
as well on the live stream is flipped, but the Fuji screen is alright, and I kind of want to focus on Fuji's screen, so I think it's alright. Maybe for the third one I'll figure out how to do it. Maybe I should ask Michelle. I don't know. This is too complicated.
Well, Michelle usually doesn't need, even though like, yeah, she does to like show the puzzle, but otherwise, I don't really know how the thing works with the image, with the image. But oh well, everyone can see the puzzle. They know what it is.
Yeah, you've seen it in your nightmares.
Yeah. It's not the friendliest puzzle, and what's really irritating is that there's so many pictures of this place that are so beautiful, and then they pick this.
That is true. I have the 1000 of it from, I think it was like 22 at Worlds for teams, and that one was really great. But it had
That was a
a
great
white
one.
sky. This one at least has some colors.
Yes, exactly. Well, I'm not sure if we're really benefiting from all the colors, but yeah.
We will.
All right, good.
Okay, because I need to stop the analysis, but there are like two more things that I need to mention. Is that at the very end, when we have so many pieces that kind of look the same and are blurry and has like those ropes from the masts and different colors of the buildings, what we can look for is pieces with white details on them. Because when we look at the image, the umbrellas actually make a straight line.
Yes, and I remember falling into that trap at one point. I don't think it was at Worlds. I think it was. I did the puzzle once before, but it's like I got very, very irritated with it, and I think I was on the phone with my mom while I was solving it, so I was not taking it very seriously. And then I was thinking like, yeah, like those sun, what is it? These umbrellas, they're going to be like a pretty nice line. I could maybe do that, and no.
No, I didn't mean to like try to look for them and assemble the line. It was more like to be aware that the line is there. So if we have pieces that are with something white and we want to focus on doing buildings, we can eliminate them early on, right?
Yes.
Or if we have inspiration to start doing them, then yes. But generally, speed puzzling is about noticing, but not necessarily doing. It's the same as with yesterday's EJJ puzzle when there was this writing. I didn't even notice the writing. I just heard it from your commentary, but I noticed it and I collected the pieces and I was like, yes, no. I know that this pile of pieces will be for this, but let's just let it rest.
Let it rest. Let's just not touch it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we will do probably. And also, one thing is that if we have a piece that has people on them, then we know it's in the last row of the mess in the middle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we will figure out everything else later. I don't know if for this puzzle we will be able to talk about shape sorting. I don't think so, but we will see.
I anyway avoid it at any cost. I never shape sort. Like I'm not sure if I should be from time to time. It might be a good thing sometimes, but otherwise, like I don't do it. I am too messy for it.
Too messy.
We
So
will talk about it, but yeah.
yeah, so now I really want to ask, why do you think you're too messy to do shape sorting?
I have the mindset of an artist and I embrace the chaos.
Mm.
I very rarely, like, I don't really sort in a way, but most of the time the way I solve a puzzle is literally like I try and finish as much of the edge as possible, but like I don't like specifically want to do it 1st,
Mm-hmm.
but like I always put it out at first. I do a lot of dead reckoning, and then the way I go around the puzzle is that I literally pick out like 5 or 6 pieces that I recognize. I have those in my hand, and I place them, and then that's how I keep going. So I very rarely sort pretty much anything, to be honest.
Okay, so if you have the pieces in your hand, do you have the hand opened and all the pieces are spread around?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so that's better than having like a hand of pieces and just taking in one by one. Because if you were doing that, then I would tell you to dump them on the table. But
I do dump them from time to time as well if I pick out too many. But most of the time, like I would say, like 5, 6, 7 of them I have in my hand, and then just work from there.
okay,
So
so
that way, what I have kind of found is that way I can zoom around. So if I have picked like things that are like further away from each other, then I still don't have to move that much. I just move everything in a way.
yeah. So I think the first thing that we will try to practice today will be picking out more pieces.
Okay, that sounds good already.
Especially for the sky and for the water. It will be great to have them at least separated from other things. Because as you said, you like to have like 5 or 6 pieces to be able to like travel around the puzzle and to like place them where they should go. But the other thing is that when we think about looking for pieces in the big pile, it takes, let's say, X amount of time, right? So if we already from the big pile we separated some of the sections, let's say the pile is half of what it used to be, and then from this smaller pile you also do the thing you do, right? Because we don't really want to like change massively the way you're puzzling, because everyone is different. So let's make it easier to pick those 5 or 6 pieces, because you said that they just stand out to you, and that's okay. But in the same time, I think there will be many pieces from this puzzle as well. Maybe it doesn't look like it right now, but there will be that we can already sort out at the very beginning. Not maybe like in the flipping process, because it depends on how much you can do in parallel, right? So I think we'll just do the normal flip. We'll also look at how you do the flipping, and yeah, and I think that we'll just decide as we go.
All right.
Right.
So, right? We're just going to start the puzzle.
Yeah, we can start right now. We don't have to be so speedy with it, but
Oh, look what I have! You can see that I haven't opened this puzzle since the first game.
you missed it so much, right?
Oh yeah. Alright.
Yeah, so the first thing, stop for a second.
Yes.
You need to spread out your pile so that there is.
The way I usually go around it is that I spread it out in pieces as I'm flipping, so that I like spread out like a little piece, and that I flip, and then I move on to another section that I flip.
Yeah, that's what I used to do as well. But when you think about it, each movement of trying to let's say separate like a small pile from the big pile will take 1 second, right? So if we say that in this one small pile it's like 20 pieces, it's 1 second per 20 pieces, and then it's like 5 times 5, so it's like 25 seconds of just pushing the pieces, right?
Yes.
So what we can do at the very beginning is just do a big spread, and then we don't have to spend time on multiple spreads.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, it's spread.
Okay, so the next thing is, how do you start your flipping? Like, what is the direction that you go for?
Well, basically, I flip away from myself. That's the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I take out the pieces in the meantime into my palm. Like, basically how you showed it on your Instagram video back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to go from right to left.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of, well, that's something I have started to practice like literally 2-3 weeks ago, is to like try and not miss pieces being flipped. So like I try to go like in an S shape or like a snake or something, so that everything gets flipped without being missed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so one thing is that if you are trying to go sideways like you do, then you can run into a problem that it will be uncomfortable for your hands to like do this motion of flipping and going sideways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend to either go from top to bottom, like in sections. Let's say you're going like this. You flip this, and this, and this. And this way you're always going in like one direction that you've chosen. And you don't have to like do it like that, which kind of slows you down. This is what I observed for myself. I don't know if you tried the other method that I mentioned.
I don't think so. I think I basically just adapted whatever fits my, like, at the time what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm already going in like a column, so like the right side is done now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
So most probably it won't feel natural to you because you were doing it differently for the longest time. But I think if you try to do it multiple times, you'll see if it's faster or not. And if it's not, just abandon that. And to be honest, like when I do my flipping and I record my assembly, when I look what I'm doing, I'm like, please stop.
Yeah. Isn't that bad to watch again?
Yeah, I just look at myself and I'm like, I know I should like flip it this way, but I'm doing like in a spiral. Because like those pieces that are far away look more, I don't know how to call it, like more attractive. Because there are some sections, some places in the big pile that the pieces are more spread out, right? So you want to jump into that, and then it's very disorganized. Yeah, this is actually what I just done. I just went through the middle. Okay, I don't know if I missed anything.
I'm also not sure if I missed any edges, but yeah, flip is pretty much done.
No, I missed so many of them. Okay, never mind. Let's move it aside so I can have some space for the edge. So what you said is that when you flipped everything, you always try to assemble something from the edge, right?
Yes, pretty much. So like here, for example, like now what is jumping out to me is the black part, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And so there, the corner or something. And then my first instinct would actually be to pick out the white pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Or the sky, like whatever like goes together at first glance, like all of a sudden now the side edge of the sky, or yeah, basically whatever I find that looks like it can go together.
Okay, so one thing that you could do is to try to, if you are able to observe so many things from just the pile of edges, you can start by not maybe assembling it, but maybe just sorting the edges. You don't have to necessarily do them, right? So if you just look at my pile, right? Oh wait, oh. I cannot wait. Give me a second. I didn't realize it is like under my camera. All right. So what you want to do is, if you have those black pieces, you can just sort them here. If you don't want to do them, don't do them. And then let's pick up the water and just place it at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So try to.
Sort the bottom. Or? I pick out whatever is white and arrange it to the bottom, you mean?
Yeah, we don't have to solve the water, right? We just know where it should go. So if there is a puzzle, and this puzzle is actually great for it, we can place those things like this, right? So we have this section to puzzle if we want to go to the middle of the puzzle, and we have those sections outside that we can assemble if we on the spot decide that okay, right now I want to do this.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to do the edge? Or you already started?
I'm very attracted to it because, like, every time I pick them up, like, whatever I see that belongs together, I kind of want to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, with the side building, it is coming together. Like, I think it might be off camera already. No, it's not.
Oh, it's alright.
So that's basically here.
So we are picking out the building as well, okay.
And then pretty much the top sky, but that I'm going to just like throw to the side because I don't want to do anything with it yet. But like there's this side sky section that jump together pretty well because that's also like the lighter color.
Yeah, the yellow one, right? And the gray.
Yeah, exactly. And then basically some waves around here that's like from the water that like look pretty good. Like the right side edge that jumps together pretty well because that also has like very distinct colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is pretty much what I mean by a mess of what I'm doing. That I embrace the chaos. Like literally just grabbing anything that kind of belongs together, you know?
Yeah, so this is actually a very good approach, but it can be sped up if you just organize it by like a little bit, right? So if we have those different sections sorted out for the edge, you can see that there is not that big of a mess right now, right?
Yes, exactly. It already looks way more organized than whatever I ever do.
Okay, so are we doing the water right now? Oh, is the...
I think so.
So let's maybe do the edge. Okay, so now we have two options, right? We can either start with the white section, or we can go for the darker water pieces, right?
Well, the white section is pretty much in one piece by now for me, around here. So basically, as I'm packing everything around, it kind of gets completed here.
Alright, so you are following the gradient by what I see.
Kind of, yes. So the bottom edge is pretty much done. There's a piece that I'm missing, but that's okay.
Okay, let me assemble it as well.
I'm being faster than you. Yeah, so pretty much the bottom edge is done, and like the side edge, on the left, the entire water, and then on the right, there's like two pieces up.
So, what is right now a problem is that we have our main pile where the sky should be.
Yes, kind of.
So what?
It's like eating into what I am doing.
Yeah. So what would be your approach from now? Would you push the pile or just try doing the thing that you do, which is like taking those 5 pieces and proceeding?
Pretty much like as I'm looking at it now, I kind of want to take out the rest of the water pieces and start piecing those, because like here I see like the boat, for example, like an edge of the boat that I see where it would go, and then I see that red light, which I can basically already place to somewhere where it's going to be. Yeah, I do a lot of pick and place things. Then here's the boat as well, which I can already place. So I kind of fill up my space very quickly. Yeah, that's one of the things that I do.
Okay,
but
so
my first instinct would be to pick out the water pieces, but then I get distracted by like the building, which is here, like an edge piece that I find that goes in now. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm starting to understand. If you're doing this way, and if we were to start doing the water right now, what I would recommend is to take your lower edge and push it forward.
Yes.
Yes.
Higher up.
Yeah. And now we collect all of the pieces from the water and place it here.
Oh, smart. Okay. Then I'm just basically going to start grabbing.
Yeah, and we can decide if we want to like only take the most white water pieces on every of them. Like we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, that would have been my next question, if I should be taking all the water out or just the white parts, because like the white parts jump out, but then to my eyes it starts blending in very much.
Yeah, so there are two ways. If we want to do multiple pools, we can do that with just the white water. But what we are running into is that if we would be just looking for the white water, it would, in our eyes, get confused with like different white things from the main pile. But if we have the mindset that we are looking for the water, which is also have those ripples and everything, then it is easier, at least for me, to like not get distracted by other white things from the water, right?
So you're basically saying that instead of like looking for like the white ripples or whatever, you say you're looking for the water.
Basically, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if a piece looks like a water and it's white, right? Then I can just take it. But if something doesn't look like water, then I don't take it, even if it's white. Okay, I don't know if I have any left. I don't think so.
Okay, it feels like I also have like pretty much, well, most of it, most of the water that I can see.
Right.
In the meantime, I'm finding all the edges that I missed.
Yeah, this is also what I tend to do. If you're looking for edges, right, and then you see that there are some missing, or even if you don't see because you didn't start with the edge, if you just go to picking out the pieces that you need, you will find the missing edges by default, right? So you don't need to spend time on specifically looking for them.
Yes. Do you pick those out then when you find them and throw them with the other edge pieces that are lying on the side, or do you just ignore them and get back to them later?
I take them out, but the very important thing is to not make this motion of like I am going through the pile and collecting pieces, and then I see an edge and I just take this one edge and put it here, and then I continue. I am just taking the pieces like this, and then when I see the edge, I take it like with just the tips of my hand. I try to look for something more, and when I have full hands, I come here, drop everything, and the edge is pulled here.
Yeah.
So we are not.
Save yourself the movement because you're going
Yeah.
to notice it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And even if we don't do the thing with like just taking the edge in like different sense in our hand, we can. I mean, like most of the time, if we have the edge and we just drop like two hands of pieces in the middle, we will notice the edge, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so.
Right. I think the water is pretty much sorted out.
Yeah. So I think right now you would go for the details in the water, right?
Yeah. Like I have the edges, like not edges, but like, where there's some pieces where there's half brown and half white.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you want? This? I wait. I thought that you were going to do only those pieces that have like different colors and object on them.
Not just. Whatever is a recognizable detail, I jump on it.
Okay, so that's great. That's really good to do. So let's do just that. But also,
for example, like I have this, there's this straight line. I think that is under the boat, for example, that I can already like put in because there's that line in there.
mm-hmm.
And then the boat.
So the other thing what we can try to do while doing it this way is if we know, because you are the puzzler that is looking at the box, right? So if you know that at the very bottom there is a white section, right? And above that is the brown reflection from the boats. What you just did was to assemble the line separately and then placing it in. But you could have done it already to the edge, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so the main observation from it is that you didn't. So you didn't even get any benefits from the fact that you did the edge. And it's very important to at least try or to be aware of that you need to think about using the sections that you already did, right? Because you want to not waste time, and if you spend some time on the edge or anything else, then it is important to use it, right?
Yes, exactly. It's pretty much showing, like, already, kind of, where I waste a lot of time in, like, any puzzle that I ever do. Because I think that is a pretty typical thing, that I don't really build it to the edge already.
Yeah, so I think it's very fixable and very fast to do, but Yeah, in speed puzzling, you always, like every time, you have this two factors that you need to think about. That, yeah, I could have used the edge, but it would take time to recognize that I need to use the edge.
Yes.
So is it faster to do the edge, or is it faster to just assemble the thing and then be like, oh, I can connect it to the edge?
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the level that you are now is kind of faster to do it the way you are doing it. But let's say if you are going under 40, it would be beneficial to at least try to commit to the things you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it does make a difference. Okay.
Alright, so I ran into a couple of pieces that I can't really place at the moment. Those are like still around the side.
Yeah, so at this moment, I would say just abandon them.
Yes.
And since we are not doing the water anymore, we can just take the edge and do it like this, right? Just to not drop the pieces, and we have more space to fill the other things, right?
Yes.
And what do we want to do now? I would say that it would be great to try to maybe do the sky edge.
Either the sky edge or the black.
Or the black, yeah. But at the same time, if we try to do the black is very irregular, right? We have the main two sections on the right, but then some of them are also like in the middle and some of the left, and the structure isn't really easy to follow. So I would say that we can keep in mind that we can do the black because it looks easy and it's great. But we need to be aware that despite it looking like it, it may not be. So if we have already so many pieces of the edge, we can try to do the edge, and then if that doesn't work, we can try to go to the easy section.
Okay, cool. Then let's do the sky.
Yeah, so we should have... Oh, and I see that you have the same piece cut orientation as I do.
What do you mean?
Every Ravensburger has the same piece cut. And there are only two ways that the piece cut can be like rotated.
Okay.
So you have the exact same as I do.
That is good.
Yeah, it will be easier to say which piece goes where and why. If there is something very distinguishable in a piece that we are looking at. Okay, so what we can say about those edges of the sky? I think the main thing that we can say is that they don't look very friendly.
They don't look friendly. I'm also missing some edge pieces.
Oh wait, you already did the edge? I wanted to give some tips.
I was just listening and just placing them together, sorry. But yes, there's two pieces that I'm missing from the edge.
Okay, let me connect them.
Let's catch up. Quick.
Alright. I think I'm missing like two. Never mind. So, now that we have the edge, we can try to pick out all the blacks and all the sky. in two different piles.
Would you pile them inside the frame or above it, or like where in your space would you pack them?
It depends on how I ended up with my main pile. If my main pile was at the top of the puzzle, like in your case, I would try to like push it to the side to be able to have the sky pieces above the edge. But with the blacks, I would place them inside. But this is only for this puzzle because I know that I want to do the black before I go to the buildings, right? So if there was a choice that I could make that I am either doing buildings or I am either doing the black, I would place them outside. Because if there is a choice, then probably I won't be able to commit fully to something. So I want to have some options left.
Yes.
Okay, let's take the black.
So I collected the black for now. That's in one pile. And then everything that is sky.
Yeah, so let's do the sky as well. The sky will take more time, but it's important to have it all.
Already with the thing that you were saying, to like look for not the color, but like actually to say just looking for the sky. So that helps quite a lot, to be honest.
What does it?
I'm finding more of it, or scanning less, more like.
Vanished by it. Yeah, it's back on. There was a internet loss. Okay, but I think we are on. Yeah. Okay, so do we have all the sky that we need?
I think so. I did have one question. I'm not sure if you caught it.
I don't know. I didn't.
Basically, as I'm collecting the sky now and the blacks, because that's what we're focusing on. But in the meantime, as I'm searching those, I'm finding a lot of the water that I missed out on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I want to pick those up as well, or just leave them for now because I'm not focusing on it?
You want to pick them, but to place them somewhere else, right? So if you're looking for the sky and you found the water, just this is the exact same thing that I said with the edges, right? You can collect them, but just place them in a different place. You don't have to assemble them because it's wasting time. Because you want to have like I have a task. I want to find the sky. So if you're looking for the sky and you found the water, you should be happy and collect it and just place it somewhere. But not. You shouldn't be changing your tasks so many times in like a scope of assembling, looking for something, thinking of strategy. Like those three things shouldn't be switched. What you can switch is like doing different sections, so you're switching between different assemblies, but like different families of tasks shouldn't be, at least I don't think that they should be intertwined.
Okay, cool. Good. I think, like, for the first round, it's pretty much sorted, like, picked out.
Mm-hmm.
I have, like, a pile of sky over here, then a pile of black over there. Yeah, it might blend a little bit out with my camera angle because I'm not exactly from the top, but, like, my sky is to the left.
I see.
And the black is around like where it's supposed to go later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now the main thing is if you want to do the black or if you want to do the sky.
I don't know, my heart is telling me the black, but it feels like I have way too little around here. So maybe I would actually just do like the sky features that have things on them.
Mm-hmm.
So like the poles on top, the building edges, like these kinds of things.
Yeah. So we can try to do them, and then if we decide that we see a gradient in the sky, we can try to do something from the sky. And then if we say that, okay, now we have something from the black, then we can go downwards, we can go from the black.
Mm-hmm.
So this section of the puzzle is, I would say, the best section for you, right? Because we can just pick and place everything.
Yes, exactly.
So it's also my strength. I love I love it.
Yeah, that's the fun part, right?
Yeah. The only fun.
The only fun. Not just the only fun.
Oh wait, I have a misfit. Oh wow. That's a new one. And I don't know if you also have some of the pieces from the sky in the black section.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use them as...
But basically just the very dark parts.
Yeah, so we can at least separate them from the pile of the blacks, right? Because they'll help us either now or later on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And also the fact that we have pieces from the the black tile that you said that this is only the very dark sky. It is also very good to at least know that the pieces that we already know in the sky where they should go. So we know they are not on the left side, right? So we can even start to go for them.
Mm-hmm. I have to pick those out as well. Pretty much whatever I can reach.
Mm-hmm.
Like interestingly, as nicely as it has been going, I'm getting like a little bit mixed up with like where I am.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of pieces that I can't really place. Like I kind of know where they go, but they're like, as you can see here, they're kind of just floating.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I figured out something that is like still going to connect them to the big picture, that's when I'm going to be able to like actually place them, I think, or at least hope.
Mm-hmm. So what we could try to do is, what we started with is to look at the picture and to see if we can recognize those antennas and masts and everything. But since we already have some of the islands and we don't know where they go, we can look at the background
Mm-hmm.
and try to...
Like how blue it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if we have at least some idea of what orientation they should go, like in relation to each other, then it should be easier and we won't be stuck, right? Because we are basically doing gradient but with details. So we started with something that we are good at and then we went to something that we know will work.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm getting it.
Okay, so
I found it!
yay!
Yay!
Surprisingly, in this puzzle, I actually have misfits, which is rare for
You
Ravensburger.
broke it. You broke it, apparently. Yes. So,
Yeah.
well, I think I kind of have most of the things that have like some kind of a relation
Mm-hmm.
to the sky, mostly. I would say at the moment, whatever is sky and is connected to a building is somewhere around there. There's some pieces here in the middle that are missing, but I think those are still in the pile.
Yeah. So we have two options right now. So we can either try to look for them, and this is kind of beneficial to do because if you think about it, when we are trying to find the pieces from the section that we just stopped doing, then we have a very fresh memory of what those pieces can actually look like, right? So trying to go for them and to look for them is okay, but at the same time we already have so many pieces sorted that if we commit to just doing the sorted pieces, the outcome will be exactly the same. But if we go for the picking out those pieces from the main pile, there is a chance that we will not find those pieces as fast as we would like to. So it would be more beneficial to go just for the pieces that we already have, right?
Yes, probably. Like if I start scanning, then I will probably forget about what I'm doing. Like
Yeah.
not now because like we'll actually be talking about it, but if I had to do it quick, I would probably forget about this.
Yeah.
And then just get fixated on like finding the piece. And I feel like I waste a lot of time on that.
Yeah, so I would be for committing to either the black or the sky, but I would prefer doing the sky. And
Then let's do the sky.
yeah, so why I want to do the sky is because right now, since we did the outline, we are able to say, at least in our head, if we don't look at the pieces, we just think about what we just did, then as I remember, on the left side we have some very creamy pieces, like a beige kind of thing, and on the right side we have like dark blue with gray, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if we look at our pile from the sky pieces, can we see those pieces? I'm sure we can.
It feels like this really dark, creamy ones, maybe. But I almost have the feeling that they're not even here.
Oh, they don't have to be here. Maybe we missed them, but
one is definitely there. Like I found it standing out in the pile. For example, like it was right next to like everything else. Yeah, I didn't pick them out. I found it in the pile again. They're somewhere on the side.
yeah, but you see, you would have just go and look for them, and you would find them, right?
Yes, exactly. And the thing is, it's what I find pretty nice now is that like everything is already pretty cleaned up. So like, you know, there's less pieces to actually scan through.
Yeah.
Because like the mess has already been taken away, which is quite nice.
Yeah. So yeah, this is very good to at least have a clear view of if you are a person that just likes to go to the big pile and pick out pieces. If you can at least somehow help yourself with picking out the pieces that are obvious and you don't want to do them, it's always a good idea. Or maybe only in one case it is not a good idea. And this case is I just got a comment that they can only hear me. But is it true? I I think you are heard as well.
I
Wait.
should be. You are hearing me.
You are heard as well. Oh, much louder. Yeah. So unfortunately,
That could be because of my microphone.
yeah, and it's because the sound is going to my microphone.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to uh, live stream a meeting from Google Meets. Wait, let me. I can try to adjust that, maybe. Is it going to fall? It is going to fall.
It looks like it. It sounds a little bit like I'm falling down.
Yeah. Wait.
I see that you have the exact same piece missing as what is missing for me, right there in the middle, next to the pole to the right.
Yeah, wait, I have to. Oh my god.
Oh, there's a mess there.
Okay. Oh wait, I have an idea. What I can do is change the camera so that it's closer to the computer. Let me try.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it should be okay. And right now. Wait.
That's fine. No worries. I'm going to think in the middle. I'm going to mute myself a little.
Alright, I think right now it should be better. Yeah, I think now it should be better. I can also
Good.
give it more. Okay. Yeah, right now it should be better, and I won't be talking exactly to the microphone, so it should be better.
Okay.
Alright. So we are trying to doing this sky. Okay.
Yes. We are turning our focus to the sky. Like the very light parts, the one that is like on the left, like right above the buildings, those I can kind of see the pieces already that are going to go. Like I can see the pieces that have to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are pretty easy to get out.
Yeah, so
Like
let's
the
take.
ones that are like especially like this yellowy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are pretty much in. Like this bottom row where there's no
No
pretty much
clouds.
no cloud yet.
Yeah, yeah. So now we have a problem.
We have a problem. What is the problem?
The problem is the clouds.
Yes, I know. I don't like the clouds.
Yeah, so what I would do for this puzzle is if we just look at those. Oh, wait, because the pieces are again under my face. Wait a second. Is it alright? I don't know if it's visible from my camera, but you probably see it also in your pile, that there are some pieces in the pile that are very dark. At least they have very dark brown sections on them, right?
The ones that are almost kind of like bluish, or the ones that are just very, very brown.
Very, very brown.
Yes.
It should be like six of them maybe.
On that one.
Yeah, exactly. So we can try to take either the very dark blue ones or very brown ones.
Very blue, rather. Like those are easier to see, and I can see where they are going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that was it. That was all the joy.
Yeah. Okay, so now browns.
Browns.
Let's go for the very brown ones and place them together somewhere else, so they are not anymore in the same pile. And now what we can do is to try to assemble at least something from those, right? Maybe in pairs. We don't have to have a whole thing. Maybe try to do it in pairs.
Like these ones. As I was sorting them, I was kind of already throwing them together.
Yeah, that's great. And if we form something, it would be much easier to find it on a picture.
It's just a cloud. It's never getting easier. Oh.
We have to have at least two. I can show it to the
little piece that I keep like trying to place, but it never wants to go in where I want it to.
I'm showing you in the camera the brands I mentioned. They go together.
Yeah.
So if you try to do it,
what I have is this.
yeah. So you can already try to place it when it should be.
Oh, I would kind of assume it goes yes there.
Yeah.
Ha! Bam.
And what we have are just some leftovers from the browns, and we can either try to go for them or not. But generally, if we look at the sky has a clear gradient actually. We already noticed that at the very right it's very dark, kind of grayish and blue. Then it changes to blue, then it changes to gray, and then it changes to like beige and cream, right? So at the left top corner, it is very brown. So if we see something very, very brown, it should go there most probably. And then if we find some pieces that are again very bright, but not like bright because they have clouds on them, we have unfortunately two options, right? Because we have the lower row that we just did, but there's also a different section in the middle of the sky, right? Right, so I'm talking and I see that you're already finished.
In the meantime, I'm paying attention, trying to incorporate whatever is being said.
Yeah. I was actually starting to think if I should even do the puzzles with the people I'm coaching, because it's like taking away my focus from what the other person is doing.
That's alright. No, it is quite nice to like see the progress next to each other and the differences, so I quite like it in this way.
Okay.
It really turns easier this way. Like I do have two pieces of the sky missing, that are not here in the pile yet anywhere. But otherwise, like, yeah, all of a sudden it turned into a full sky.
Yeah, because we managed to divide it right into something that we are more familiar with, which is like details. And
Yes, exactly.
yeah, sometimes when details puzzlers are just in misery, you just need to remember that everything is a detail, unless it's not.
Unless it's not. That was one of my big pains. Like, you have probably seen what the puzzle was at the German Championship in the final.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rubbish at those kinds of puzzles. And so that's where I like had a really big trouble in like kind of finding anything that could be a detail that I can latch onto. So I kind of forced myself to do texture, but it didn't really work very well.
Yeah, so I think that puzzle from the final is all about sorting and committing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you.
No, it was not my puzzle.
Okay, so I'm missing like 7 pieces. But let's go to the black.
You're paying attention to talking and not finding pieces.
Yeah, let's say that's the excuse.
Okay, so we're on to the black now.
Yes. And I would say that for the blacks there are 2 ways that we could start. And the first one is to go by the windows.
Yeah, I immediately reached for the windows. Like if you can see, like I have already like grabbed them on the side here. So it's pretty much windows immediately.
Yeah, so if I would say that for this puzzle, not doing windows is actually easier.
Really?
Yeah, because if you look at the windows, you have to look with each piece at the puzzle, at the me talking in Polish, sorry. What you need to do with each piece is to look at the image, right? But because you already sorted out the windows, you can go for the pieces that were left, right? And they are connected to the edge, all of them.
Uh-huh. So basically I just like collect whatever is window and not worry about those, but actually go for everything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always the case, but in this puzzle, it can be beneficial. Because you already have the edge done, we already have so many things that we like prepared for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we should
Yeah,
always.
it's not even that many pieces.
Yeah, this is a good point. If there are not that many, then it shouldn't be as bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after some time, you'll notice that you started doing the windows, even though you're not looking at the image.
Aha, tricky. Yeah, it's true. Like you basically start putting in the windows because like they're evidence that they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the question of today. What should we do
What
now?
next?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like cleaning up like the rest of the water that I have down here because I have already like scraped off some of them while puzzling.
Yeah.
So like, I would just basically clean that up, and somehow it also like it's starting to make more sense of like the pieces that I couldn't place in the beginning. They're starting to make sense if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does, because we took a break, right? And we are not hyper focused on remembering what we just assembled and what we think that is missing. We are just freshly looking at what is given to us, and it's like, oh, this is obvious.
Ah, there's the piece of the sky that was missing. It was with the water. Yeah.
Right, so right now I would say that my proposition would be to, drum rolls, collect
Yeah.
everything blue.
Blue. It's so funny. Like, do you mean the blues that are like actually blue, or like the blue that is also like on the right side building?
Funny enough, the right side building is what I meant by blue. But
I immediately thought, as soon as you said blue, I thought like the front of the little boat that is on
Yeah.
the left, and then there's those blue blankets or whatever it is on the boat.
Yeah, so this is what I actually meant, because like my first thought was the building on the right, but if you think about the blues, if you just can there is blue, where will open up many things in the puzzle. So even if something just has a little bit of blue and not entirely blue, we can also take this. And at this point, I would say that what we would need to do is to either place those pieces selected in under the puzzle or on the side, right? Because we, at this stage, we shouldn't really risk that we will not be able to solve the pieces that we collected.
I would definitely place the building because like that seems easy
Yeah.
to do. And it's not that many pieces, so it's already also in my hand.
Mm-hmm. So let's do the building. Sometimes the pieces can look like something, but they are not this thing. Which is tricky.
Well, that's a nice thing. That's so fun. Like I pretty much have this boat as well, just because like, it also felt blue, but now as I look at it, it's not even really blue, to be honest. But you know, that boat on the right side that has that big white mass.
Yeah. So it also kind of looks like a water, right?
Yeah.
It resembles the water.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty found it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you go for back, your puzzle is also back.
I hate it.
No, don't worry, it's okay.
By the way, is it
At
true?
least I'm prepared for it if it goes away.
Is it true that in because this is this superstition in Poland that in Germany there is a very bad internet?
It's true. It's very true, and what's even funnier is that in our apartment, for example, it feels like it's a bunker. And like every single apartment that I have lived in Germany since I lived here, it was always like that my phone doesn't have reception because the building is just like blocking it, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, the internet connection in Germany is pretty horrible.
And that's what I heard.
Yeah. Like, it's a very nice country. It has a lot of very good things.
But I think, yeah, we can place them in, right? Because we are pick and placing, so why not?
Mm-hmm. And now I basically see like a mess in my pile.
Yeah,
There's
so
like the busy areas now that are left, and some of the water. Like I kind of have a feeling that I want to like pick out, these brownish nothingness pieces.
but
They are
they
pretty much
but
everywhere.
the brownish, yeah, so yeah, you're right, they are everywhere and it wouldn't be easy to do them. So I would recommend actually for this one to either pick out everything very yellow or everything very like ginger or both.
By ginger, you mean like the building?
Yeah,
Or
there's this one building that is very ginger.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Like the one that is slightly closer, so like is fifth from the right or fourth,
Yeah,
something like that. Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
very yellow one.
So let's take the yellows and the gingers. I'll take the sky as well. Maybe I will finish it sometime soon.
Yeah, I found the one sky piece that I have been missing.
And also, if you find something that has a dark, maybe not dark, but like black details as well, then what do we know about it? We know that this is the mast, right?
The one very black one.
Yeah.
But at this point, it actually almost makes sense to put it together because it's like pretty distinct on each one.
To put the masts together?
Well, there's that one, the one most to the right. There are some parts of it that are like very recognizable to me now.
Yeah, and also it is on top of the ginger building, so we can take all the gingers and all the mast. And try to see if it works or if it doesn't.
Like I haven't found all of it, but there is a pretty big section of it that is in place. That is quite nice.
Okay, we have something. If we cannot find the rest of it, just go to the next thing that we sorted, which is the yellow, right? And in the yellow building, if we look at it, we can see that there's actually only one very yellow building. All of them that are kind of yellow are on the same side in like shade wise, right? So if we just take the main yellow building, it should go together very fast.
I kind of have a feeling that I either can't find the pieces for that building, or that I have already found it but I can't recognize it. Like it's more the orange that I have here.
Oh, maybe the printing is different. But it's the fifth one from the right side that you mentioned. The one that I called ginger is third.
Yeah, that for me is orange.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got which one you meant, so that's pretty much done for the most part.
Okay.
But like interestingly, these pieces don't want to go together at all at the moment. Because I'm trying to fit the wrong mask to the other one. Now I found it.
Yeah, as I said, don't get too attached to the mast.
It's hard to resist it because it's like very black and it jumps out at you very much. Kind of.
Mm. So what I think that we could do now is we have actually two options. We can go for trying to do the rest of the yellow buildings that we have, but they are very muddy and strange to look at. So what we also can do, if we can try to take everything that is super dark, not muddy but super dark. So either it has like a black detail on it, or it's very shaded. But so basically, I mean this kind of piece.
Like the brick building.
Yeah, but not this kind.
Yeah. Like for me, what I basically, I think, kind of assume that I see every single piece of is the brick building, like this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
So for this puzzle as well, what we can do is to try to look for the most, how do you call it in English? What is the opposite of blurry? Sharp.
Sharp.
If you can find the pieces that are the most sharp at the moment, you know they go to the right side of what you're doing.
Because everything else is that not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for now, pretty much, like I have the brick building. I would say that because I have like 7, 8 pieces here, that would pretty much fill up this section, I think. How am I still missing an edge piece?
Happens to everyone. I just got mine. Okay, I still have some pieces that are black, so let's place them in finally. You're so much more ahead than I am.
Yeah, but you're in the meantime. I wish it was the case in competitions as well.
I think, yeah, you already connected the building. I didn't. Yeah, I think we are on the same level of completeness, I would say. So the next thing be, at least in my head, to the pick and place is very tempting, right? But at the same time, if you look at
so much so that, for example, like there's that 17 in the middle of the picture that I have here already because I couldn't resist.
Yeah, I also have this. And it's
right here in the middle.
It's laying there.
Found the last piece of the yellow.
Yeah, so the pick and place is very tempting right now, but in this puzzle it is a trap. Everything kind of looks the same. So what we would to do, at least what I would want to do, is to look at Kyle. And this is something that I tried to explain to Carlo in the last coach. I don't know if it can do something like this, but if I oh my god, wearing glasses. Right. So if you are not wearing glasses, then your vision is blurry, right? is if you are able to adjust your eyes while having the glasses on to be like I am seeing sharp and then I am seeing blurry.
Well, basically, if I wince, but not me, I don't think so.
Yeah, so this is the thing.
Fine, I will talk about.
So basically,
If I take off my glasses, then it's going to be blurry.
so I think I have an experiment. Let's say that you have your both hands, right? And let's say one of them like have them like in front of your face, like, and one of them let it be farther from you. And look at the hand that is farther from you, right? Is your other hand blurry?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is what we want to achieve.
Okay.
So try to look at the table, but not at the pieces, so that the pieces seem more blurry. And in this way, you'll be able to see what is the most standing out detail right now. So you don't want to look at the pieces and scan them, you just want to take a quick look and be like, oh, and what do you remember from the pile?
And the whiteness.
The whiteness, right, yeah. So let's take the most white things, and maybe during taking this out, we will see that, oh, I think I remember this. This is the boat, this is the part of the yacht, and something like this.
That is definitely working, yes. But there's a big bunch of pieces that I am recognizing of where they're going. I'm kind of also trying to avoid the tent still. Or, you know, these umbrellas on the top. Because those feel like a trap.
Yeah, so right now you have, I would say, too many pieces in your hand.
In my hand?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I would recommend to place them on the side or on top of, maybe not like on the puzzle, because this is only for masochists like me.
I can't place anything on the thing. Like, I know that some people do it, but to me it feels terrible.
Yeah, so this is like the best thing for me that I can do this, because this is the way that the pieces are the closest to the thing that I'm puzzling, right? So we have some whites and we can kind of guess what is what. Remember that when you have a piece that has some people on them, then it's below the umbrellas. So the very good thing also to do while speed puzzling is to be able to tell where something doesn't go. Not necessarily to know every time where you should put your pieces, but to be sure where you shouldn't put them. And it's actually beneficial to like try to remind yourself of that fact, which is like, okay, I cannot place this puzzle here. You try again, you tell yourself again, okay, please don't. Be consistent.
Okay, these whites are pretty much placed. There's one that I have found. I thought I didn't, but I found it. Where it goes. And now I actually, as I look at the pile again, I kind of see the people.
Oh, that's great.
Which feels like a trap.
Yeah, I would say it is a trap.
Because all of a sudden, like, they are everywhere, and I can see where they would go, but I guess once I pull them out, it's going to be like I have no idea where exactly, or I can't really connect them to anything because I have that section missing.
But you see, if you are able to spot the people, it means that you can sort them out, and then your pile becomes smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have the
Then I just take out the people.
yeah. So you'll have the next thing that will stand out eventually, because right now it's not, because you see something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just take them out, and if we cannot assemble them, then just tell them that they need to think about themselves. Yeah, so I don't see people.
Well, unfortunately, now you have to.
I see buildings. Wait, let me get them. Eh. I don't see the people.
I'm so sorry. It's actually not even that many pieces. Like now, if I count it, like 3, 6, 10, it's 15 pieces of people. Some are already placed. I must also say, like there's 2 pieces with people that I already have in place.
That's great.
So to speak.
Alright, so now.
Because they all have something on them.
Now we again have to face a choice. This is a puzzle of multiple choice. Okay, so again,
Like a filter of white. Like all of a sudden, a lot of white things became visible again, which I kind of enjoy.
yeah, okay, let's go for the white.
And there's a second white building, you see?
Yeah.
I just realized there is a second building.
I always see this building at the very end. I don't know why.
Probably because it hides pretty well. Like somehow it doesn't make sense that it's there among all the yellow.
Mm. Wait, you said white. Let me take the white.
Like I defined it as white, but it already has like a shade of everything else in it. Like it's not a clear white anymore. It has like this yellowish thing on it.
I know. I think I have the ambiguous white. Yes. Okay, so when we look at this, we have the whites, and now again we have a choice. We can either try to go for the whites, or since we already know that people are separated out and that the whites are separated out, then most of the things that are left are buildings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can...
Buildings and these ropes.
Yeah, but we can easily tell apart the buildings from the boats, right?
Yes.
So I would say that we can divide the leftovers into 2 different piles. The something and the buildings.
Something and building. Cool. Okay. basically just picking out whatever is building.
You don't have to pick it out. You can, when you look at my screen, you can have the pile and you can just separate it like this, right? And you have two piles in one place. So you are not like collecting the puzzles in different places. And before we go into, no, I think when we finish the buildings, we will talk about shape sorting. Because there's one thing that I need to mention.
Alright. Are we doing the buildings now?
I would say that we can try. Because right now we are more or less familiar with the colors of buildings. So we can, at least at some level, try to say which one goes where. We also know that the buildings that are very gray and like strange looking, and they're mostly composed of like straight lines, they go to the left.
Yes.
We can also, from the boats, from the buildings, if we spot a mast, it is a good hint that we get, right? Because there are not that many masts left. We should see a small red building as well, if you ever find it.
Yep, there's like one piece of it.
Yeah.
In here at the moment.
Oh, actually, there should be two pieces.
Yeah, the second I found in the meantime.
I think I'm missing the. Yeah, I didn't sort the buildings till the end. Okay. Yeah. So we go with girl. Okay. Sometimes my English is not Englishing.
Yeah, I know that very well. It happens to the best of us.
Okay, so what do we have? We have the people here. We also have.
I have some pieces here that are floating around, which I haven't found where they go yet, but I'm pretty much just leaving them on the side.
The red building should be here. The yellow one somewhere there. We can actually try to go building by building at this point.
I think I'm not organized enough for that. It feels like I'm going pretty randomly. Like whatever piece I see, I just.
No, I didn't. I didn't mean to like commit to one building, because it's like at this point is too many pieces that are kind of similar, but that we can take one piece and we can identify.
Go through each one.
Yeah.
I get it.
And at some point, which is very, very important, is to realize that we don't have to go by image, right? At some point, when we have just some pieces missing, we can go by shape. So I think everyone has to find their like sweet spot for when is the time or when is the moment that you need to switch the mindset, right? between uh, between details and just the piece shapes. Because
I don't think I ever do, to be honest. Like, I hold on so dearly to the image.
yeah, I know, I do the same. But sometimes we need to let go.
Oh no. Okay, well, pretty much the white building area is done now. And then at this point, like, there's a lot of pieces that I actually recognize that are not building. Like, when we're at this stage where there's not that many things left, would you still be staying with just the buildings and ignore everything else?
No.
Or jump around with whatever you notice?
I would have a main task in my mind that I would like to do the buildings, right? Because this is the thing that I'll be coming back to when I am no longer seeing things that I recognize, right? So it is good to have something to lean on, something that you need to do. But if during that and at this stage when like all the pieces are kind of in this small area and you can just use maybe both of your hands if you want to, but you can, what you can do actually, I don't know if I mentioned this, but at this point when you are doing this pick and place, you can use your right hand to place the pieces, but you can use your left hand to just like collect them, right? So if you look at my camera right now, let's say I have those pieces with people, or maybe here, sorry. What I would do is, let's say I recognize this piece and I know where it should go, but at the same time, there are two ways. I can either try to like do this and do this and do this and like two hands, but it's very difficult. So what I tend to do instead, because I didn't learn it by now, is to do something like this. I have my right hand, which is here, and is trying to put the piece in, and my left hand is just taking the next piece and placing it somewhere nearby. Let's say that those pieces are somewhere there, right? And I don't have the time to like bring them in, so my right hand is puzzling, but my left hand would be doing something like this. In the meantime, right?
You're right-handed, right?
Right-handed, yeah. So yeah, it depends like on which side you are puzzling. Yeah, so end of example. So when I try this, and then I can take this piece and look, if I can't, then I leave it back. And it's like never-ending movement, because you don't really need to be so fast and precise. I mean, at some point you have to be, but you don't need to be so precise that you just take a piece in your hand and you know where it should go and you're placing it in. What you should focus on is to be like to always move. And of course, not stressed about it. Like if you are not moving, it's not like, oh, I need to move. It's just like you need to know the benefits of moving, but not to be like overwhelmed with not moving.
Yes.
Because it can get in people's heads most of the time. And actually right now we can try to do the people, right?
Yeah, I would kind of say I would like to.
There are also...
It makes sense at this point.
Yeah. Or if you have a moment, you can do the boat. There are so many things we can do.
The which boat? Because the boats are pretty much done. Like the boat's bottom side, bottom parts, not the top parts.
Yeah, the things that are on the boats. But yeah, it's your decision basically. We can do we have 3 different piles, so we can do whatever. At least we know exactly where our pieces
For me,
are.
it's the people.
Hmm?
For me, it's definitely the people because I don't know why they are so visible to me now. Like I don't think I had them this much in control like when I was doing this puzzle the last time,
Hmm.
which has been a while ago. Like obviously I haven't touched it since the competition.
Yeah, I would say that the whites are also very, very easy right now.
Yes, they are. They are indeed. When I'm slowed down like this and not trying to be fast, like it goes so well with 2 hands. It's also so annoying. I am left-handed and I do like train a lot to like use my right.
I think we are back because the internet was lost again.
Not at all. No, it's fine. You were saying that you see it in EJJ because you're trying to learn and that's very puzzle.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn
It's
how.
pretty much
Hmm?
it's pretty much like, yeah, 5, 10 pieces. I don't know how many pieces left, but like not many. So it's basically just reckoning from here.
Or piece shapes.
But for me, it's image. And on this one, it's image. If it was like, like blocks of color, I would be screwed.
Yeah, but this is what I think you should learn. That at some point it is very beneficial to just go by shapes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one piece. Hello?
Missing piece.
Hello?
Aww.
Oh yeah, I found it.
Yeah, maybe you should look at the Australian table.
I think it's just the Australian curse actually, because in my preliminary round, when I had to like run for the piece, I was sitting next to an Australian.
I know. I know. Yeah, the thick face together.
Okay. Oh wait, we skipped the shape sorting.
Yes, we did.
Uh,
We take apart the part.
yeah, let's take apart some of it, but not the edge.
Okay.
And it doesn't really matter which part. There is something that I want to show you.
Roughly how many pieces should I take out roughly?
This many?
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, I have a block missing here.
Can you place the pieces on the right side of the puzzle?
On the right side?
Yeah, so it's closer to the camera. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's flip them all.
If it's not visible, I can also move my camera a little closer.
No, it's alright, it's alright. Yeah, so there is this one universal tip that I can give to everyone when it comes to fast shape sorting. And it's based on the realization that what is the most common piece in the piece cut? Is this, right? Oh, we are back.
Hello. Hello.
Sorry.
So the most regular piece cut is the one with the 2 thingies. That's where it cut off.
Yes. So if we keep that in mind. What? Are we back yet? I think it was the double down right now. All right.
I can hear you.
Okay. So let's pray it doesn't happen again. Yeah. So if we keep in mind that we have this piece shape, this is the most common piece. What we can do is we can arrange groups of different pieces, right? This is what we actually do in shape sorting, right? We want to have group and piece shapes. But
Yes.
if we have a big pile, this is not a big pile, but if we have a big pile, then what we can do is we can do something like this. Let's push this down here. And what we can do, or maybe like this. And let it be in the middle.
Actually see it.
Yeah. Oh wait, is my screen or it's the big one? Okay. So what we want to do is to create 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4 different groups, and they will go from 3 ins, 2 by 2, but like the castle, the 3 outs, and the 4 ins or outs. But what we want to do is do something like this, and this is very specific. I think I'll. It's not falling.
Not falling.
Yeah, I was just looking at this. Okay, so what do we want to do is to keep in mind that what is the most common is the 2 by 2. So we want from this pile to be left with just the 2 by 2. So let's do it like this. We use both our hands. We have to have assigned spots for each shape. So let's say this is the this, and this. And from now on, we just go from top to bottom through this pile, and we just drop the pieces with. Yeah, and if we have pieces that are the normal shape, we just push them down. And it's done.
It is done.
Yeah. This is the fastest way to shape sort.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and you're most often left with the pieces that are actually not only sorted, but also are not like overlapping. I mean, it depends on like how you're doing this, but you don't have to flip them. You don't have to like take them somewhere, and you know what I mean. You don't have to like travel with the pieces to be like, okay, I take them, I take this. Yeah. So aside from shape sorting, there's one very big factor to it that every time. And a puzzle that is a very good example for it is the floral reflections. When we have floral. Oh.
Yes, I know the one with the basically the rainbow colored flowers.
Yeah, the flowers. Yes.
Yeah.
The name that I cannot pronounce.
You don't have to. I don't know what the name is, but I know the puzzle.
Wait, but I want to say this for like people in the live stream. Is floral reflections. Yes. Yeah. So for this puzzle, I have seen many people that try to over sort or just sort everything, right? And sorting is great. Sorting is solving, as Becca Taylor says. But you need to keep in mind that if you have 5 different sections of colors, right? And so you can sort into 5 different sections. You, under no circumstances, should make those 5 groups. You only make 4,
Yeah.
and 1 should be left.
Yeah, now I get it. So that you're not trying to sort all 5, but like what we were doing, that you sort out the 4, and then what's left is the 5th.
Yes, right. This is what I meant. And this is applied to basically all speed puzzling, I would say, because it is shape sorting, it is just sorting. It's even if you are doing, let's say you have a puzzle that has like a very big object, and you have pieces for this object, and you can sometimes, maybe not always, but you can kind of sort what you have. So let's say that if this object is a big blue car, for example, then you can sort the tires, the very light blue. You can also sort out the windows and lights, and you have so many things that you can like sort, and what you are left with is the things that you will be able to like fill the rest with. But there is one big thing that also need to be remembered, is that if you did the sorting, right? And let's say you, like in this example, the main pile that is left is actually the same size as like the 3 ins, at least for me. So what you want to do while having this sort, you actually want to proceed with choosing correct pieces, which is very tricky actually, because what I mean by this, if let's say we are looking for this, right? So
Yes.
so we have the two outs, so there are 3 options here, right? And why this is very important that this is the arrangement that we have, it is because if we want to look for pieces that from this are telling us that we have 2 outs, right? They are all here. If we are looking for pieces that have 2 or more ins, then they are only here.
Okay, so you're basically also focusing on like the layout of how you like how you sort them.
Yeah, and if you have and the tricky part is that if you have this very non-informative hole that is just like 1 out, 1 in, then you have to look everywhere aside from this custom pile, right? But it is very important to be like maybe not accustomed, but used to the way you are sorting or flipping, maybe not flipping, the shape sorting, right? If you always have the shape sort done in the same way, you will automatically remember where to look for the pieces, right? And then on top of that, you have to consider the fact that some of the piles that you have are smaller than the other ones, right? So if you have a choice, and in this example, let's say we are looking for this 2 outs, right? The first thing you should look into, if you are going systematically, and let's say this is a black puzzle, right? Because right now we know that it's not those pieces because they're like white, but if it's I don't know, like a sky or something like not defined, then what you want to do is to jump right into the smallest pile, because it is reducing your time of looking for the piece. Because if you are losing your time on the biggest pile at the very beginning while looking for the piece, you are wasting so much time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of rambling from me.
Yeah, but that's fine. That was actually pretty useful. It was useful rambling.
All right. I have to think if there was something that people asked me that I said that I would answer it here, but I don't know. There are many questions about the shape sort, so I think I answered that enough. uh, and
Pretty good.
what I wanted to also say is, yeah, the first thing, because we are having the delay between us and the live stream, so I ask officially if there are any questions from the people that are watching right now, then please share them in the comments. And while you do that, I have a question for Fruji. If you have any questions, or maybe not related to this puzzle, but in general.
I'm trying to think of like specific situations where I would have a question. In the meantime, I kind of want to finish the puzzle.
Same. I'm doing the puzzle as well, so
yeah.
we have.
Like, how often do you actually like resort to shape sorting? Like, how desperate do you have to be to actually do it?
Not that desperate actually.
Not that desperate.
I shape sort a lot. Really a lot. Because most of the time I'm just fed up. Because I know that I only try to how to say it. I'm fooling myself that I am able to do something without shape sorting. So
I usually rely on it pretty heavily, or?
I mean, at some point I just persuaded myself to just do this shape sort because I can do the shape sort very, very fast. And it is very beneficial for me because in shape sort, actually, I don't know how exactly it works, but when there is a puzzle that requires shape sorting, and even if there are some details to it, right? So I can take a piece and try to look for it, or I know that something is in the pieces that I should look for, but I don't see it. Then I don't see it in the normal pile, and when I shape sort, I can see everything. Which is very strange. I don't know how it works exactly, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, it probably brings a little bit more order into what you're looking at. It's like taking out like the mess that we were doing in the beginning, but like with shapes. So you have, instead of having to look at like one big pile, you have smaller piles to look.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, but like the amount of pieces is still the same. Right?
Yeah. You know, it's like it feels less to look at.
Yeah.
Yes, this was pretty awesome. I
Yeah.
heard some pretty awesome, pretty useful things that I can work on.
Oh, that's great. This is like the best thing that you could say.
No, I'm pretty much thinking that I want to like practice some of these things with like a big puzzle now and like not quick, just to like, you know, get it into my hands. Yeah. I feel like that helps a lot to like do like these kinds of drills with just big puzzles. So instead of trying to be fast, you're actually focusing on what you're doing with your hands. Like with the flipping, it helped a lot, for example, to drill just the movement.
Okay, so I have one more thing for you, and that is, you said that you are very maybe not disappointed with yourself, but you expect yourself to use your both hands while puzzling. And yes. I think that I have a training method for you.
Yes.
And it's I think it works best with like puzzle moment, like 100 pieces, so it's like very small, so you don't stress yourself too much, because it's, I don't know why it is like this, but when I tried to do it, it was so exhausting. So the way you would need to practice is to have a small puzzle. Oh wait, actually, maybe I just grab one.
I can also quickly grab one, just so I try it out, or I'll just watch you do it.
Yeah, so the training would be, let me just flip this. It also depends, like, in what scenario you would want to use both of your hands. If you just want to use both of your hands to collect more pieces, or to be able to do the puzzle with both of your hands at the same time, or if you want to have two different tasks for your hands. So what I want to show you right now is the second option, which is doing the puzzle with both of your hands. So the practice goes like this. It is very simple, but it is also very hard to do. Yeah, so the thing is, if we want to take a piece that we know that, oh wait, this is out of frame.
Yeah, now I can see everything.
Yeah. Right. So, what we want to do is, if we spot a piece that is interesting for us because we know that we want to take it, or we know that it should go somewhere, then what we want to do is to use your right hand, and in the time when you are reaching for the piece and you are coming back, you're just starting coming back, you need to go with your left hand. And by the time you're placing your piece somewhere with your right hand, you already have to take the other piece. And you cannot, you just cannot do anything before you do this. So we are in this moment, right? I picked, then I am coming back, but my right hand is also coming back.
That's a pretty cool trick.
Yeah, and
yeah, this looks pretty difficult.
Yeah, this is very difficult to like get in this. I don't know how to call it, but this maybe not routine. This is a wrong word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, to be able to solve a puzzle like 100 pieces in this method without fail, just doing this. This is hardcore stuff.
Yeah, but it sounds cool. That sounds like a pretty cool challenge.
Yeah, and this is very good to learn how to, maybe not how to use your hands, but if you make this training your, let's say, everyday training, then at some point your maybe not mind, but like your body will be expecting and will be adjusted to puzzling this way. So you will not think about it that you are doing this, but since you are used to doing it, then you'll be able to do it without thinking, and this is what you want to achieve, right?
Yes, exactly. Muscle memory is what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool trick. I might still try that once we're done here.
Yeah, I highly recommend. Let me know if it works. Maybe not if it works, it would be like in such a long time. But if it is difficult to you when you try it.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is that I think, like, because I'm left-handed, my right hand is, I think, more skilled than the left hand of people who are right-handed, you know? Because there's just so many things in the world that are right-handed, so I use my right hand a lot more than a right-handed person uses their left hand. So that's not the thing. But like what I have noticed is that like when I do like bigger puzzles, where I force myself to like just use the right hand is that like I don't recognize shapes that well or images when I'm just using the right hand. So like yeah, my brain doesn't like my right hand.
Yeah, so I
Which
think
is
that
very
the only
funny.
way to get rid of that is to do the big size puzzles, right?
Mm-hmm.
To just do those thousands and to get used to it because there is no other way, right? And
Yes.
this is what we see in recent EJJs, right? That people that are doing big puzzles are kind of in different league.
Yeah. Yeah, during one of the EJJs we were talking about it. Well, it might have been like the one yesterday where like there's so many people who are like super fast and they came from doing like these massive puzzles of like 9,000, 13,000, whatever else.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a way, like over the weekend at the German Championship, there was of course a Ravensburger stand, and obviously, who didn't shop? I got one which is 2,000 pieces without a picture. That's going to be like the next challenge.
Without a picture.
Wait, let me show you because it's pretty funny.
It doesn't sound like it.
It's literally just this box. I don't know if it's mirrored. I think it's not mirrored. It says 2,000 pieces without image. And that's it. That's a white box.
Oh wow.
They had like 1,000 piece and 500 piece puzzles as well. And it was actually pretty funny because we also bought a 500 piece one. And I recognized the image when I opened the box and I was super disappointed because I hate that puzzle. So I ended up giving it away. But yeah.
Oh wait, so
I
it.
think a pretty cool idea.
Oh wait. I thought this is a solid color puzzle.
No, it's literally a puzzle that has no image on top.
Okay.
The picture itself in it is
Yeah.
one Ravensburger picture. I don't know if they're selling these because, like, I don't know, they manufactured the puzzle and then the box got damaged and then
Yeah.
these are leftovers or something. But, like, I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, it
I
is.
like it very
Yeah.
much.
As long as there is an image on the pieces, it's okay. But 2000 of
Yes,
solid
exactly.
color would be
No,
interesting.
we're not. Those are no go.
Oh, wait, did you like doing the crypt puzzles or did you try them?
No, I did one. I think the gold one, and then I still have the black, and it has been on my shelf for at least 8 years or more. I don't like it very much.
Yeah, I also have the gold one and it was awful actually. Very not fun.
It just took long. It's not fun. I don't find these puzzles fun.
Yeah, but there is the other one. It's one of the blacks because there are two. One is solid black and one is it has like stars on it.
Yes.
And
A
the
friend of mine was doing that, and that was horrible.
no, this one is actually so fun.
Is it? Nah. For me, that's not something I want to do. It's no.
I understand.
I want to kind of find a way to finally do like big ones because my table basically fits a 2,000 piece one, and then that's it. So like I have to find something that helps me do like I don't know. I want to do a 5,000 piece very much. There's one that I have wanted to collect for a while, but oh well. At one point.
I mean, you can also, but you want to, if you, let's say, if the puzzle has multiple bags, then you probably want to mix them.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Like, what is the challenge in having the separate, having the separate bags? That's like just two small puzzles.
Yeah, I guess. But then again, I don't know. I never really because I solved like 4,000 pieces, but it was in 3 bags, and I never really looked at it like I'm in some way missing out on the challenge. I was like, I just want to have a big picture. And that alone was exciting for me. So, and then I came to the world of puzzling, and I heard this sentiment of, "Oh, this is not a challenge. This is not doing a big puzzle," and I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. It was the same for me. Like because of lack of space, I never bought anything above 2,000 pieces. But then I also never bought anything under 1,000 because it was just too easy. Now that has changed.
Yeah, there are some 500s that are not easy.
Oh yes, the new Ravensburger collection. I'm not looking forward to any of them at the competition.
I would love to get one in the competition because they are not. I mean, they are available in Poland, but they are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, the only reason I would want to get them at the competition is that then I would get the puzzle and not have to buy it. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
yeah, I would love to get the puzzle from the German finals. This was.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do this one. Maybe I'll get it in Finland.
Yeah.
We will see.
Well, I'm going to Finland, so
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
yeah. So if it came up at the Finnish nationals, then I would have a little bit of an advantage.
Oh, that's great because I thought that you would say that you would have a breakdown.
I would probably break down and cry, but I would still have an advantage. Because at least I did it once. I kind of want to try again because the thing is, while I was solving that puzzle in the competition, like 20 minutes in, I kind of realized that I'm not going to get a good time on this, and I'm not going to get like I don't know first 20, and so I was basically like, and not wasting energy on it because the pairs final was right after, and my pairs I didn't want to let my pairs partner down. So I didn't want to waste my energy on the puzzle that I knew I wouldn't get a good placement on it. And I was thinking, it doesn't matter if I get place 40 or place 70. So I just basically went into like comfort mode with that puzzle in the end. So I want to actually try and push through it once. Still, so I have to do it again. But I'm not looking forward to it. I hate those kinds of puzzles.
So you say you would prefer the peacock one?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe for pairs.
I'm pretty sure that peacock puzzle is going to come up as a pairs puzzle at some competition or another. Pretty much like the glacier that you got in Slovenia, like that same situation. I think it's going to come up at one point.
Yeah, but I think the peacock is more on the sweet little otter side of puzzles, which is like not competitionable.
No, it's not supposed to be a speed puzzle, but that's kind of the feeling that I get from most of the new releases, is that they are not really intended to be speed puzzles.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I really like each of them actually, aside from maybe the yeah, I don't like the One Piece puzzle, which is very sad because I'm like the hugest fan of One Piece. But yeah.
The only reason that I have heard of One Piece is because in my work it comes up. I work with a media company, but otherwise I have no idea what it is, to be honest.
Well, we could sit here for another 3 hours. Don't ask this question.
So that I can get a crash course in One Piece.
You should watch it, by the way.
I'll find out. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, I mean, on Netflix it's the live action, so it's but the real thing is like it's an anime, and it's based on
That's why I don't know it.
yeah. But it's still ongoing since like 1999. Yeah, I think so.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I'll look into it at one point. If for nothing else, then for the puzzle.
Yeah, sure. I want to ask Alejandro to do the new One Piece puzzle because I'm like, why is the gap between my time and other people's time so big on this specific puzzle? I'm like, is it because I just know this show so like almost 100%? So I don't know. And I know Alejandro is a big fan as well, so I want to like Alejandro do this because I want to see if I'm normal or not.
Yeah, well, ask him. He will probably be happy to help you out.
I think he will. The puzzle from Alejandro, the one with the balloon, his brand.
Yeah.
I got the signature. Actually, Alejandro wrote about the One Piece.
That's so cool. That's so nice.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise. It was so nice.
I'm kind of hoping that he's going to put out a new puzzle for the next world, so I can like actually get a signed one, because like I got his puzzle, but I never had the time or the energy to catch him for having it signed. So
So
I just have the puzzle.
so how did you buy the puzzle if you didn't meet him?
He wasn't there.
Oh. Oh, I just bought it from him directly. He was standing outside under the tent, and I was like, "Oh, hi."
Yeah, I bought it like across the road at that cafe.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I said to myself that I just cannot bring myself to go there. And then when Alejandro came to me, I was like, yeah. Maybe not to me, but like to the dome. And I was like, yeah, this is the moment.
This is the moment. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It was really cool. I think I have learned a lot. I will probably rewatch this and like see some of the tips again, just so that I don't forget some of them. And yes, this was really cool. When are you doing the next one?
I still have to ask Rina, but I think it will be this month for sure.
Pretty cool. I will probably be tuning in for it.
Yeah, and we are not changing the puzzle for the third one, so it will be the Majamemi Sicily from the final from 2023.
Cool. That is a good puzzle.
Yeah, one of my favorites actually.
Really?
Yeah, I just love the chairs. This is like my thing.
Okay.
But I know I am alone on this one.
Yeah, I guess pretty much. Even though like it's not a bad puzzle, I enjoyed it when I was doing it. I think I was pretty happy with my time as well. I'm not sure anymore what it was, but yeah, it's not a bad puzzle. It will probably be interesting to watch.
I hope so.
Yes.
Yes, so thank you
Pretty cool.
as well for volunteering, for being so joyful, and for considering my tips. That was really nice. I hope to hear back from you if anything works, and how does it feel to do the training I mentioned?
Yeah, you will definitely hear. And if the tips really work, then you will notice it in the EJJ results.
That's also right. I will be like, this is me. I did that.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Something like that. Let's hope.
Yeah. I'm sure. All right. So thank you to everyone who's been watching with us. I don't know how many people because it didn't update throughout the whole thing. But yeah, thanks to everyone, and thank to Fruji again. and see you in the next and the final coaching session. Or maybe not the final, because I was thinking about doing a Polish one, but we will see how it turns out to be.
Really cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and see you. Bye.
Bye.